Welcome to episode 20 of ProdPod, the podcast of productivity lessons in 2 minutes or less. I'm Sidney-Smith, your productivity guide. When I was in my late teens and was into reading books on financial literacy, I came across a peculiar definition of savings. Savings, according to this definition, is the deprivation of something now for later benefit. I struggled for many years of swallowing the idea of depriving myself, since savings was a positive tactic in many of the financial strategy books I read. Savings was supposed to help you feel safe and pacify you about the uncertainty of life, not something that was scary and made you think of scarcity in everyday life. I learned many years later that the true lesson of my unfortunate relationship with the definition of savings was that self-control, discipline, and habits are inherently positive, and deprivation was not the right choice of words. It wasn't until I read Steven Covey's Eighth Habit, when he discussed the concept of discipline as freedom, that I broke this negative association with the word savings. What those financial strategy books were trying to explain, but never quite expressed, was that a productive life means having the self-control to determine your own path, past, present, and future. I mean that by understanding and guiding one's experiencing self and remembering self, you build a skill to build a life of fulfillment. It wasn't about a mass of money I'd put out of reach so that I'd miss rich life experiences only to be able to afford to keep up with the cost of living when I'm old and fully gray. It was even more than the adage, a penny saved is a penny earned. It was that small habits of planned giving and taking make huge positive impacts long term. This lesson has always been intensely motivating, and I use it regularly to remind me that it's not about doing more with less, but doing more begets more, and doing less begets less, and both are useful tools. I hope you enjoyed this episode of ProdPod. This is Sidney-Smith, and thanks for listening. Here's to your productivity success in 2 minutes or less.